Have you ever taken on the challenge of building a home? Do you get frustrated trying to sell a home? Or do you need to buy a home? Learn the secrets of buying or selling a home from the real estate pros. Showcase on the Move.
Good morning and welcome to the Showcase on the Move. I'm your host, Kurt Keller. Now, this show is dedicated 100% to real estate, whether you're buying, selling, or investing in real estate. And in this case, we're building real estate value here in West Texas. My guests this morning are Travis and Walter Pate with Texas Classic Homes. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good
Thanks for being a guest on the show.
Yeah, great. Good to see
I understand you're going to really teach us some stuff about Energy Star and being green and efficient.
Definitely.
Well, first off, before we get started, let's find out about Texas Classic Homes. Travis, can you tell me a little bit about Texas Classic Homes?
Yeah, we've been here building houses for about 3.5 years, and we've really concentrated about the last year and a half on Energy Star and definitely improving the amount of green building that we've been doing.
Now, Walter, why are you focusing kind of on the Energy Star rating and green?
Well, it's of course it's the smart thing to do. Energy costs continue to go up, so if we can help our home buyers save money, then it's the right thing to do.
Well, I'm all about that, and I'm all about low maintenance, as everybody knows about the show. Now, before we go and tour this house and talk about Energy Star, I understand you have some history that you want to tell us about here in West Texas.
Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, some people have asked me before why, as an architect, I would be involved in building homes. And the history is that my grandfather, from back in the late 30s, early 40s, was a builder out here. Wow. And he's built a number of the houses over in what's called Old Midland. And so when I went off to architecture school and then went to Georgia and came back here, I didn't think so much about building homes, but in the last few years it seemed like there's a big demand, and I knew that we could do something a little different as far as building homes. So we started Texas Classic Homes, and Travis, our youngest son, was able to come along. He's been in construction for about 10 years, and we were just fortunate to have him come along and help us with this thing, and it's just really done extremely well.
Great. Well, let's go on inside the house. Travis, now I understand you've brought a lot of different Energy Star Green initiative, I guess is the word, to these homes that are being built out here.
What we've been trying to do is we try to make sure that we use energy efficient windows. We want to make sure that we have a matched heating and air conditioning unit, heating and cooling system.
What do you mean by matched?
Well, typically you're going to have a SEER rating on the.
Okay, so the rating is going to be matched for heating and air.
It's a seasonal energy efficiency rating. They want you to use above a SEER 13. We'll use a SEER 14 heating and cooling unit in the attic, and then we use a SEER 14 condenser. But whenever you make the two together from the same manufacturer, you actually end up getting better than a SEER 14 unit. So we're getting somewhere close to about SEER 15, SEER 16 on these.
So heating and air is kind of like your clothing. You want to match, is what you're telling me.
Exactly. And then we also want to do the insulation. We want to have, and we'll show you a little bit of that insulation up in the attic later. But so we use a foam insulation which seals everything. It seals all the electrical outlets. It seals the sill plate. It seals around the windows. Right. And then on top of that, we also want to make sure that we have third-party verification of the system.
Now, explain to me the third-party verification.
Well, what this is a typical home gets inspected by like all the city inspectors. Well, what this is actually going to test. We're actually going to pressurize the house, and we're going to actually see what the leakage is. Okay. So let's say, for example, we want to get a leakage. We want to get it down as much as possible, and if that leakage is not down, we need to find out where it is so we can go ahead and correct it.
So
that way we're.
So what you're saying, I'm sorry, before I lose my train of thought, what we're wanting to do is have the house to breathe. So you keep that fresh air, but Correct. You want to control the breathing. Is that how
Correct.
I should say that?
Correct. Yeah, we actually do have fresh air intake as well. We want to make sure that we get the fresh air into the house, but we also want to make sure that we're not losing either our heated or cooled air outside the building envelope.
Okay. So your Energy Star Green Initiative, you've put together a plan that controls all that, basically.
Sure. And that's it's multi-layered. It also involves energy efficient ceiling fans. It involves energy efficient appliances. All that together is what makes up Energy Star and what makes up being green, right. Or a portion of being green for us.
Well, I know before we started the show, we kind of walked through the house, and you were telling me some different things that you guys do. And one of the things I was very impressed with that you at the bottom of your walls, your outside walls, you put a foam seal.
Right. There's a foam seal there, and then after the foam seal, we also caulk we also caulk after we do the foam insulation, so that way if there's any gaps at all right there in that bottom plate, they get sealed up.
So it really seals the air, and plus I would say it also helps with rodents and insects getting into your house.
Sure, definitely.
Which is very important here in West Texas, I'm finding out.
Oh, yeah.
Those big ants. For sure. Well, we're going to take a fast commercial break. When we come back, we got a lot more to teach you about Green Initiative and Energy Star with Texas Classic Homes, Walter Pate. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back to the Showcase on the Move. I'm your host, Kirk Keller. My guest this morning is Travis Pate with Walter Pate, Texas Classic Homes.
Correct.
It's a long name to say.
I know.
That'll be like saying my middle name and everything all at once. Now, we're out in the garage because you really push the fact that you want to save money for your home buyers.
Correct.
In all aspects.
Yes.
From the beginning cost to maintaining that house over the years. Tell us what we have out here and what you're doing.
Well, out here is what we're doing is we're recycling, and there's a lot of cardboard, especially that's created on a job site. Pretty much everything that you put into the house, all the appliances, the light fixtures,
everything
the plumbing
shipped.
fixtures, it's all shipped in cardboard. And so if we can recycle some of that cardboard, and then also if I can get the guys to a lot of my subcontractors to recycle plastic bottles and aluminum cans, that kind of stuff, what it does is it saves money because I don't have to pay to get it taken to a dump or a landfill, and it's also environmentally friendly. We're taking this. I mean, we're just driving this stuff right down the street to the elementary school. That's where we recycle it at.
Really? So the elementary school takes it off their hands, and then they probably go out and sell it for money for the kids. Is that right?
Yeah. There's 4 or 5 containers they've got down there, and we just put it in the containers.
That's really smart.
Thanks.
Probably out of all the cardboard, and it looks like you got some styrofoam here, and the cans. What do you think that adds up to per house?
We're probably saving somewhere around $600.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Well, we have to pay it. On a normal house, let's say we'd create somewhere around between 15 and 10 cubic yards of waste.
That's just a lot.
It is a lot, and so what we're trying to do here is we're trying to minimize some of that waste.
Okay.
Where on some of the future homes we're working at, we're actually going to work on trying to get rid of some of this wood waste as well, starting to recycle that, turn that into mulch. And right now we're looking at a vendor.
Run it through like a grinder. Is that what your plans are?
Yeah, that's where our plans are. We're actually going to take it over to his facility and then use it that way. But all that is trying to reduce the amount of waste that we're actually putting in the landfill, reduce the amount of stuff that gets thrown away that could be used again. Reduce, reuse, recycle. We're trying to reduce the amount of material we bring in here. We're trying to reuse it if possible somewhere else, either on another house or use it in some other fashion. And then thirdly is to recycle all that material.
That's excellent. And where exactly can you get boxes like that are already pre-made for recycling?
Well, we got some of these, especially for the aluminum cans and for the bottles. We got these from Keep Midland Beautiful.
Doreen, love her.
And that's where we got those from.
Okay.
As far as being green and doing green type stuff in the house, there's a few other things that we do. It's not just about keeping the energy costs low. It's not just about keeping the material costs and trying to put that material somewhere that's not in a landfill. But it's also about having a healthy house for the homeowner.
Explain to me what you mean by having a healthy house for the homeowner.
Well, having a healthy house for the homeowner is going to be like having a fresh air intake into the air conditioner unit, so that way you get fresh air from the outside. We learned a long time ago that if you took patients at a hospital and actually brought them out of the hospital and put them outside, they got better miraculously. It was fresh air, believe it or not. Some of the other things that we've done is low VOC paints. That's going to be like volatile organic chemicals. This is going to be like the off-gassing or new.
Is that the lead paint we hear so much about?
Well, it's not lead paint. Volatile organic chemicals is going to be like fumes. It's like off-gassing that comes from paint and carpet. It's that new car smell that everybody thinks about. That's actually the off-gassing. Okay. And by using the paint and by using low VOC carpet and by using formaldehyde-free glues, what we're doing is we're creating a better environment for people to breathe in. You're breathing as much in the house as you are outside.
So it's not 100% a germ-free environment, but it's just less germs, I guess.
No, it's less chemicals, really. Right. It's less chemicals that we're actually interjecting into the house.
Right. Well, that's just absolutely awesome. Now, we haven't really talked that much about this house. Real quickly, while we're in the house, we're in the garage right now. We're going to see some more of the house. Tell me about this house. Tell me about Walter Pate Texas Classic Homes.
Well, about this house in particular, this house is in the Great House subdivision. Yeah, we've got landscaping going on, and we've got carpet going on up over here inside, and they're getting ready to do a blower door test, as you can see.
Now, this is what we're going to do on the next segment.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, we'll show that in the next segment. But that's kind of what we're doing. We got a few little things to do. We're probably about, I don't know, 3 weeks or a month from being finished up.
No problem.
But that's kind of where we're at. You know, anybody is, by all means, can come out here and take a look at it. It is for sale.
Real quickly before we go to commercial break, tell us how to get in touch with Walter Pate Texas Classic.
You can either call us at 853-5782, or you can visit us on the web at www.texasclassichomes.net.
Hey, we're going to take a fast commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to teach you all about foam insulation.
Right.
And if they're ready, if they're done wrapping the house, and I don't know if the camera can get a quick picture of that, they are wrapping the door. There's a blower through there. They're going to suck all the air out of the house. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We're actually going to.
And we're going to measure it to see if this house is energy efficient. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back to the showcase. I'm your host, Kurt Keller. Now, this is the real estate showcase that's dedicated 100% to real estate, whether you're buying, selling, or investing, or in this case, we're building today, aren't we, Travis?
That's right, yeah.
My guest this morning is Travis with Walter Pate Homes, Texas Classic Homes, and then Jason from Thermodynamic Insulation. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being on the show today.
Yes,
now,
sir, no
you are my expert on this funky-looking stuff.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the foam.
Well, we spray a open cell, half-pound density polyurethane foam. So it comes in, it's spray applied. It looks like you're just painting the house.
And you've even gone over what the joist, is that what that's called?
Yes, sir. We encase all the joists, so there's no heat transfer through any of the lumber. So.
Okay. And I notice here, and if I can, you even sprayed the door down.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're trying to completely seal that envelope.
Okay.
It's a little attic access door to service this unit. So.
That is just fantastic. And folks, pardon the mess, they're still working on the AC and heating unit. We kicked them out of here so we could come up here. Well, I'm just totally impressed with the foam theory, I guess. But tell me the difference between the foam theory and maybe a spray-in or a bat insulation.
The big difference how it performs so well is the seal. Okay. It's liquid applied, so it gets in every little crack and hole, and then it expands out. And I mean, the air infiltration on this house is very, very minimal compared to a conventional built house.
Right. Well, I know here it is outside. It's pretty warm outside, but it might be 2 or 3 degrees warmer up here than it is downstairs. And usually in the attic, we'd be stripping already, guys.
Right, right. Well, that's part of the reason that we do this. You know, by having this foam along the attic deck, what it does along the roof deck, what it does is it means that we can lower the tonnage of the air conditioner that we put in. The air conditioner will work more efficiently. And what it does is now you've got 40-degree air or 50-degree air that's running through 75-degree air, rather than trying to run 40-degree air through 150-degree air up in the attic.
Unit from having to work as much.
Right. Yeah.
You're telling me.
Yeah. It doesn't have to work nearly as hard.
Kicks on, folks. What you're doing is burning energy.
Yeah.
And in my case, you're burning money.
Yeah. You ever seen, like, in a conventional frame, in a conventional insulated house, where you've got that first little bit of air that blows out of the ducts is actually hot air, because that air has gotten the same temperature as what's in the attic. You have to wait for that air to blow out until you can get cold air coming out of the ducts. That's not going to happen here. You know, by doing a foamed house like this, the difference in the temperature between downstairs and up here in the attic is going to be no more than about 6 degrees.
Wow. Now, one quick question that I know that's been a concern. We've had emails and on our website and stuff about the foam insulation. What about a possible roof leak? How does this react to a leaky roof, for instance? Does it help prevent as much?
No, sir, it doesn't. It is an open cell foam. It acts very similar to like a sponge. If you had a leak, it's going to transfer right through.
So you still see it.
So you're still going to see it and still fix it.
Perfect.
And
I did not know that.
With a closed cell foam, a lot of people use that. It would actually hold that moisture in and protect you from coming in, but it's liable to rot out your roof deck.
But yours is called an open
cell foam.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How do I get in touch with you?
You can call us at 806-892-3993, or we ask for Jason, or we also have a website, thermodynamicinsulation.com.
All right. How long does it take to usually do a house like this versus maybe a blow-in or a bat?
I believe we did this house in one day. So
you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, he did the whole house.
The whole house.
So you don't just do the attic, you do the walls, you go around we've always been taught in Missouri where we get really harsh cold winds and 14 inches of snow every once in a while. We've always been taught to put the insulation around your outside boxes of your electrical and plug-in area. So you foam in around everything.
Yeah, and the whole house is foamed.
That's unbelievable.
And we also work with Travis, and we design the heating and cooling system, so we have a perfect match system for this house. So the heating and cooling and insulation are designed perfect. It's just,
Well, that was my, Travis made mention in the last segment that you got to have that fresh air. But you're blocking off. This foam is blocking off all that air coming in.
Yes, sir.
And folks, one thing that just hit me, you're also blocking off all that West Texas dust into the house.
Exactly.
So you save money on not having to hire a cleaning lady, I guess.
There you go.
But with the heating and air system that you guys work with and design, it brings the fresh air from outside, but it's filtered, is that right?
Yeah, it's a filtered fresh air. It comes in before the filter, so you get filtered fresh air that's coming in.
Fantastic.
And it's on a timer. It's actually not in yet. That's part of the reason why this guy's over here working.
Okay.
But it's on a timer. So like every 15 minutes it'll blow, or every hour it'll blow for 15 minutes to bring that fresh air into the home.
Okay. Now we're getting ready to go downstairs after this commercial break, and Jason, we're going to do what's called a blower door test.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain to the viewers, because we kind of saw a little bit of it a while ago, exactly what is a blower door test?
What it's doing is checking the house for air leakage.
Okay. But how's it do that? Is it sucking all the air out?
It creates a vacuum on the house. Yes, sir. It sucks all the air out. We turn it up to 50 pascal of pressure, which is equivalent to having 25-mile-an-hour winds blowing at all four sides of the house.
Okay.
So it's a good test to see every.
So basically, what we're going to do is hook up like a large Kirby vacuum cleaner.
Yes, sir.
And the
Pretty
whole
much.
house is sealed up. All the windows are shut. The doors are shut. You've got the house really, really sealed even more than with this. Am I
Correct.
saying that right?
Yes, sir.
You put on this big vacuum cleaner. It sucks all their air out. And then after all the air is out, you have a little gauge that says...
It says what pressure.
Okay.
Most a conventional insulated house has a natural air exchange of about 0.35 air exchanges per hour. Walter and Travis's house here is probably going to be about 0.1 instead of 0.3, so
Well,
it's 3 times.
Let's head downstairs. We're going to take a fast commercial break while we negotiate these little stairs down. When we come back, we're going to test this home, and then we're going to give you the phone number again so you can test your own home. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back to the Showcase on the Move. I'm your host, Kirk Keller. My guest right now is Jason. And Jason, we're doing a blower door test.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Real quickly, recap what we're doing.
We set this door up, and it's creating a vacuum on the whole house, which is equivalent to a 25-mile-an-hour wind blowing on each side. It's checking for all the air leaks through the house, so we can go and find any problem areas where we might have missed.
It's going to take a while to suck all the air out of the house.
It takes a little while, but not too long. It starts.
And it looks like, folks, if you can see, they put a frame in there, spread it out, and then this cloth seals off everything.
Yes, sir.
And it really makes more of an airtight home, especially for a Walter Pate home because of the foam insulation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, you can do this for an existing home, too, to test a house?
Yes, sir. We can come in and test your home, kind of see your leaks and your problem areas the same way. Yes, sir.
Once again, Jason, before we talk to Walter, give me the phone number so I can have you come by and test a house.
It's 806-892-3993.
All right, Jason, thank you very much. You're going to give us results here in a minute,
Yes,
hopefully?
sir.
All right, fantastic. Walter, I think I'm totally impressed. This is a great
thank you.
house.
Thank you,
Your
Kirk.
really green initiative is paying off, I think, for the homeowners.
Indeed it is.
You're saving them $600 just on recycling your pop cans and your water bottles and
Yes.
the boxes. Everything comes packed in, the styrofoam. I don't think there's another builder in West Texas or maybe in America that does all that. That's just awesome.
Well, we like to do things a little different, and
Right.
of course the whole point behind it is to give advantages to the homeowner.
Right.
Home buying is complex enough, and the energy conserving side of construction is complex enough. But with an Energy Star rated house, we've already got certification that it meets those strict performance guidelines that EPA set up for Energy Star rated houses. So a homeowner can be assured that they're getting a house that actually performs. And part of that, of course, is this third-party verification that you were just talking about with Jason just a moment ago. And then again, the house performs better. And by performance, I mean it lowers your energy costs. The heating and cooling costs average year-round is going to be somewhere around $100 less.
Well, during the commercial break, I did find out something I probably should have asked Jason. I understand that they guarantee your energy costs. Is that right?
They do for a 2-year period. We issue through them a guarantee to the homeowner that those. Yep, a little certificate, right?
Well, I think the certification by a third party is awesome because so many builders just say, "Yeah, trust me."
Yes.
But you're actually going out and going to the expense of having a third-party verification.
That's right.
That gives them that certificate, I guess, that
Yes.
says this house has been rated at this blah 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 blah. Which he's getting ready to give us some numbers here. Hopefully
He
in
is.
just a minute.
He'll finish that up, right?
And I think that should be very important to a homeowner.
On a scale that EPA set up, a typical house, the houses that have been built that are not Energy Star rated would score about 100. Energy Star house scores 85. We've built houses that have scored in lower numbers better.
Wow.
We have built houses that have scored 61 to kind of show you.
I bought is probably going to be about 1,000.
Well, it may be
one of
higher.
those homes that has no insulation at all, and that's
It
one
would
of my projects this year,
definitely
some
be
insulation
higher.
in it.
So,
well, I just think it's great. The house is gorgeous. We didn't really
Thank you.
focus that much on the house.
Well, it's
We didn't get
okay.
to tour it much, but real quickly, while we are waiting for some energy ratings from Jason, tell me about your house. I see some granite countertops. I see a great kitchen.
this house is about 2,500 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath house. Then we also have what we call a flex room, a room that could be a study, or it could be a media room, or it could be a study area for children, that kind of thing. We try to have our homes, of course, they're all architect design. That's the other thing that I do. But they're very open. We have a very casual lifestyle out here, as you know, and people love the open houses. But people love the kitchens, too. All the custom-made cabinets, the granite countertops, the stainless steel appliances, the ladies and the men too love
Very
that.
slick, very
yeah.
slick, yeah.
And then the master bedroom suite, that's equally nice.
Yeah, if I was to buy the house, I'd want a Sony TV right there.
And in fact, we're set up for
But it
it.
looks
So-
like you've already got it set up. I
We
just
have.
think that's great. That's just really pre-thinking how fashion and styles are
Yes.
going to this. And in fact, that's where I have my TV, is above my fireplace.
And they work very well.
And the high hearth is great for
Yeah.
putting people here to sit, whatever the case might be. Jason, how's our ratings? Are we ready for that yet? How are we doing?
Natural air exchanges per hour, about where we predicted it would be.
That
So.
is fantastic. Well, that's the typical Walter Pate house, I think so, for Texas Classic Homes. Well, real quick before we end the show, Walter, give me the phone number and the website once again.
The best way to contact us would be through our website at www.texasclassichomes.net. And from there, it's easy to respond if we need to get you more information. Or come out here and walk through our homes. We'd love to show them off.
And where are we at again?
Now, we're in Great House. We're on Wimberley Springs Court in Great House. We built in Great House. We built in Mockingbird Heights, in Rock Point.
So you're
and,
everywhere.
and we're just starting over in Los Patios with a little bit lower priced houses over there. Still Energy Star. We build exclusively Energy Star rated houses, all of them.
That is fantastic. Walter, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kurt.
Travis, Jason, thanks for being on the show today. That is the Showcase on the Move, the show dedicated 100% to real estate. We'll see you right here on KMID next Thursday morning at 11 a.m.